1957?
Aflac!
And who can help cover treatment from diagnosis to recovery?
Aflac!
Now show me what you're made of.
Aflac!
To learn more, visit aflac.com/cancer. Whoa, whoa. Glad you're on my team.
Aflac! When I wake up in the morning light, I put on my jeans and I feel alright. I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Are my 5 morning alarms a metaphor for everything else I'm putting on, like my laundry or my 768 unread texts?
I'm just your dermatologist. You don't want all of this showing up on your face. Try Hydro Boost.
Neutrogena, weightless hydration that goes deep.
The Whopper has never tasted better. Over a quarter pound of flame-grilled beef, crisp produce, a perfectly toasted bun, every detail stacked just right. Whether it's been weeks or years, try the Whopper again, just $3.99 on Wednesdays.
The Nissan Rogue takes hit after hit. Punished under immense pressure. And exposed to excessive wear. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. We put it through the worst, so you get its best.
Pickleball Slam 4 is here. Andre Agassi, Eugenie Bouchard, James Blake, and Anna Lee Waters.
Anna Lee who?
Pickleball Slam 4, April 15th on ESPN and the ESPN app.
They were the blueprint for football greatness. Now it's time for the next generation to show the world what they're made of.
We're the first pick in the NFL Draft.
The NFL Draft, April 23rd through 25th.
Nothing beats March. Or 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card.
Someone say 3?
Caitlin, she lives for the 3s.
From way down the counter.
Wow. Oh, no cheese?
3 scoops? She scores.
Is that pistachio? Uh-oh, she's here. Oh!
Splash.
Oh. Y'all see it? Oh! That's it.
Off the glass.
My face is not a backboard.
It's now time for Raining Threes, brought to you by Capital One.
Davidson connects again.
Watch out, Turkov is red hot.
Kamora Johnson.
Dagger from the top of the key.
4th 3 in the game for Marlbron. Bud Koenig. Bud again.
Around and down for the Blue Devils.
So many great moments throughout the tournament so far, and much more coming with 3 games remaining. And you know who knows a little something about making threes? Dawn Staley, who made 11 in her NCCA tournament playing career. She caught up with our Holly Rowe.
Coach Staley, I read an article that Raven Johnson said the score to the last year's game against UConn's been up in the weight room since the offseason. How do you put behind you what happened last year, and this is a new group and a new focus?
Oh, I mean, I didn't even know that. I mean, I go in the weight room all the time. I mean, it is a different team. I think the fact that we didn't play UConn in the regular season, I kind of like the fact that this is our first time playing and we don't have any earlier footage at each other. You know, we don't have a previous game, and we're just playing based off our resume, and that ain't a bad thing when you're playing in the semifinals of a Final Four.
The resume is so strong as well. Raven Johnson has just taken a new step. There's something that you can feel that's different about her. What is it that you feel, and what does she have to be for you tonight?
Well, I think what I feel is what I felt for the past 5 years. What's happening now is she's sharing it. She's actually voicing the things that are in her heart. Before, she just was, reserved and allow everybody else to do it. Now you see it out front because she really wants it so bad. Raven, when I recruited her, she told me, and she committed, she said, we're going to win national championships and she is plural. I mean, we've gotten 2 under her belt, but I would love to see her go out on top because there's not anybody more deserving, and it would be such a success story to tell all the people that play the game for the right reasons, that haven't gotten their fair shake, and have given a shorthand. Raven fought through all of that, and still, above all of that, she's still a winner.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, Hallie.
These Final Four teams here have combined for 143 wins this season, the most entering a Final Four in NCCA tournament history, and each have cruised so far in the dance. It's the first time that all 4 teams enter the Final Four with a point differential of 100 or more in the tournament. Today we talked about it pretty much all show. These coaches are no stranger to being here. Gino Auriemma has been here 25 times. What about these coaches allows them to come back year after year?
Each head coach here in the Final Four has a different style, a different flavor, and for Gino Auriemma, he is a master of the details. I honestly had secondhand stress watching them practice because they're not allowed to make mistakes, and that's why they lead the nation in assist to turnover percentage. And most importantly, I love this statement by Gino: shrink the floor on defense, but also expand the floor on offense. His coaching style is simple, yet so profound. And then we just heard from Dawn Staley, who has her superpower being credibility and connection with her players. Her operative word is discipline. Her team is competitive but controlled, and that's why they're second in D1 in points in the paint. They just take the right shot at the right time. And I want to expand the field because we're going to have a great nightcap between UCLA and Texas. Vic Schaefer, he has this relentless mindset that rubs off on his team. He talks about bringing the wood, which is a bat, a prop, and that really rubs off in their toughness on defense. They have the best adjusted defense, a team that forces over 20 turnovers a game. And last but not least, Corey is a master strategist. She likes to play to her advantages, and I do believe that it's going to be fantastic because this is the best adjusted offense in UCLA. And most importantly, we heard her. She's trying to just poke the bear a little bit. She's trying to poke the bear as a Bruins.
I just love how these coaches have so much buy-in. You know, like we had meetings with the coaches and the players earlier this week, and you could just hear from everyone how the individual players understood their role and what their role meant to the team's success. To me, when I watch all these players and when I listen to them, they all feel valuable. And it's hard this day and age to make every single player, even players coming off the bench, feel like they matter, right? Kids need to know that they matter. And when I think about these coaches and their ability to get buy-in, I think that's really special on the offensive end, on the defensive end, but just as a whole, to me.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think, you know, there's the phrase, be a star in your role. We heard multiple teams say that. There's no better example of this than Tanaya Latson. She is someone who last year led the nation in scoring at Florida State. Over 20 points per game. She sacrificed to get here to show her best version of basketball. She has a career-high shooting percentage because she has bought into the role to win.
Yeah, and when you think about players like KK Arnold and Ashlyn Shade, who started as freshmen because of injuries, and then they didn't start, and now they're back in the starting lineup, right? Because you just buy into what the team needs. My eyes specifically when it comes to coaches are on Vic Schaefer and Corey Close. Texas and UCLA, because of how shell-shocked their teams looked last season, now they get to face each other. They're not facing one of these Goliath coaches in Dawn Staley and Gino Auriemma. So we will get to see in the later matchup which coach has adjusted to the chaos of this moment and which coach has their team ready.
Face each other again, because we saw the first match a little bit earlier in the season. We'll talk about that a little later. Time now for the Affleck trivia question, putting you guys on the spot right now. When was the last Final Four that did not include UConn or South Carolina in the field?
UConn or South Carolina?
Neither of them. When was that? We had to have been babies or something. Not quite.
2007? Was it really? Was it really?
Let's answer the Affleck trivia question. It was 2007. How do you know that?
Well, I was just thinking about like the run that UConn had. They went there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. They went there all of Stewie's years, so that was 2009. I feel like Candace and them played. That was 2008.
Okay, wait.
I was just
wait. Do you know the teams that were in the Final Four
in 2007?
Yes.
Tennessee. Was it Tennessee?
She would know that.
Tennessee, Stanford.
Nope.
Ah.
Dang, we still taking L's.
No, I gotta win. Don't do that.
It was Tennessee, North Carolina, LSU, and Rutgers that made it.
Oh shoot, I wasn't gonna guess that.
Great job, Dre. All right, Sarah Strong knows nothing but winning, so it's no surprise that this UConn team is stronger with her on the court. We're going to take a look at just how special the AP Player of the Year is for this UConn team. That's next.
Watching NCAA Women's Final Four Studio, presented by Capital One.
The Whopper has never tasted better. Over a quarter pound of flame-grilled beef, Crisp produce, the perfectly toasted bun, every detail stacked just right. Whether it's been weeks or years, try the Whopper again, just $3.99 on Wednesdays.
Bringing you College Game Day takes an all-star team. So when it's their time to shine, we make sure they have what they need to succeed. We champion the talent on our team, same way you champion yours. Principal, proud sponsor of College Game Day.
Ollie asks, do you have wellness goals this year?
Hello?
Girl, put your phone down.
I got you.
Start small with a daily multi.
What does it do?
Our multi's got you, from immune system support to heart health to bone health.
That's so easy.
So easy. Just 2 gummies a day.
Now that's going in the chat.
How we're made determines how far we go. So for those who are strong, those who are powerful, those who aren't afraid to push their limits, the world of greater awaits. Greater journeys, greater experiences, greater memories. The first ever Kia Telluride Turbo Hybrid is ready.
The NHL on ESPN presents a hat trick of games this weekend.
Brister scores!
My goodness, is that Becky. A huge NHL hockey Saturday. Watch the NHL, ABC, ESPN, Disney Plus, and the ESPN app.
Class, today we're talking women's hoops. Open your textbooks. Becky, what's wrong?
I'm the #1 hoops fan, but no one else believes me.
Time for you to get out there and prove it. Join thousands of screaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Let them know who's in the building.
Thanks, Professor.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 subscriptions over like 3 years.
That's like $1,400,000. How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have and how much you're paying.
So what'd you do then? Just like call and cancel, or?
I have a phobia of making calls, so absolutely I did not do that. The app, you can cancel the app.
What is the app called?
Rocket Money.
I got 2 words for you. Loyalty program. Snag this hotel for $250 a night.
You didn't check Trivago? I got it for $155. Yo, Benny, this guy didn't check Trivago.
Oh, you have to check Trivago.
Look, on Trivago, you can compare prices from multiple different sites.
And loyalty programs and prices from hotel websites.
Same hotel, $100 less.
2 words. Check Trivago.
Benny.
Check Trivago to compare prices and save up to 40%. Hotel? Trivago.
The NCCA Women's Final Four studio is brought to you by the Capital One Cup. Capital One annually awards $500,000 in scholarship money and the Capital One Cup trophy to the best NCAA Division I men's and women's athletic programs.
Does Sarah belong in a conversation with all the greats at UConn?
Yeah, boy, she got it.
Sarah is a one-of-a-kind player. She is one of the smartest, most skilled, most unselfish players.
Unbelievable step line by Sarah Strong. She's special.
I feel that she has her basketball is something that I haven't seen in a while. The things that she does is unlike anybody.
I'm calling it now. I think she has the potential to be the GOAT in the women's game.
To constantly have her name in the conversation with greats and legends, it's only fitting.
Up to this point in her career, no one has done more at the University of Connecticut. No one. Yeah, she's in that conversation.
And she's going to keep climbing another list. She has 192 career points in the NCAA tournament, 4th most by a UConn player through their first 2 tourneys, and 26 shy of passing Maya Moore for the most. In her 2 Final Four games last year, she averaged 23 points on 68% shooting. You heard the word GOAT used in that tease there. If you don't think Sarah Strong is one of the best players in college basketball, then you tripping. That's one of her favorite words. But what makes her so special, Andrea?
Well, she's already writing her name down in the record books when it comes to UConn Huskies in their first 2 seasons. And think about how many legends have played for the University of Connecticut. They produce legend after another legend, and Sarah Strong is already on that list through 2 seasons. Sarah Strong is first in steals per game, but let me remind you all of Nikisha Sales and how much of a dog she was at Connecticut on the defensive end. She was Big East Rookie of the Year during her time, had a great WNBA career. Sarah Strong's got hands like Nikisha Sales. 2-way players getting it done on the defensive end. Sarah Strong already first in steals through 2 seasons.
Let's talk about the points, though. Through 2 seasons, Sarah Strong is second in that category in UConn history. And similar to Maya Moore, she has a beautiful floor spacing ability, and this is where it gets scary. Both Maya and Sarah average 19 points per game as a sophomore. They both shoot 40% from 3, so they light it up in a generational fashion.
Or who else to be on the list with? Oh, just Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi, first in assists through 2 seasons at Connecticut. Look at the dime, on time and on target. Sarah Strong is second as a big. It's even more impressive. She can get the ball to her teammates where they need it to score.
Drea, the late great Pat Summitt said, offense sells tickets, defense wins games, rebounding wins championships. She's already with the best of the best when it comes to UConn with rebounding. I don't know why we had to pick Stanford, but Tina is a legendary generational rebounder. She boxes out. She is truly professional. You think about Sarah, how she's committed to the details, whether it's points, scoring, rebounding, steals. She plays on both ends of the floor. And y'all, I have played against Tina. I have played against Maya. I played against Stewie. I played against Gabby and Fee. She is the perfect combination of all of those players, and I never thought I'd witness it. In the WNBA Finals, we talked about how we're watching greatness in real time with Asia Wilson and all the accolades that she had. This woman has swept as a sophomore, major, all of them, all of the awards. That is Sarah Strong. So when we watch these games, understand a star has not only been born, has taken off and is lighting everybody up.
Yeah, I'm just really glad Tennessee wasn't on any of those highlights, okay? Thank you to whoever created. Actually, Joy, great tape. Thank you for not including Tennessee. Going back to Sarah Strong, I'm glad you talked about her game against Notre Dame earlier in the show, because if you go watch her buckets in that game, they're all different. She can score in so many ways. She had a post-up because Cass Prosper wasn't as strong. Then she had someone else on her. She pulls up for a mid-range jump shot. Then she knocks down a 3. She gets a layup in transition. But even in addition to that, it's not just the points. Sarah Strong had 5 steals in both of the games. 5 steals against Notre Dame, 5 steals against North Carolina. She is a true 2-way player as a big with guard skills.
I love that you mentioned steals, because she was going up against Hannah Hidalgo, who set the D1 record for most steals through the tournament and overall in 1 season. But Sarah Strong, the adjustment was, Gino said, oh, our guards might be having a tough night. Let's have Sarah Strong break off the ball. And then she created her own shot. She's the ultimate cheat code.
The other thing that's been very interesting to learn about Sarah Strong is she's really starting to find her voice in her sophomore season, which has been very fun. Her teammates love it as well. She's a little funny, too.
She needs to.
She's a little funny.
Tell everybody else what to do.
Exactly. She is turning very much into a leader. Speaking of voices, here's the rest of our friends that are going to be on the call tonight.
All right, Christine, thank you very much. Getting ready for action between UConn and South Carolina. We know this rivalry. It is heated, and we are talking about 2 of the most prolific programs in all of college basketball. When these 2 teams met in 2022, it was the Gamecocks who captured the national championship. Last year, Connecticut got some revenge. Rebecca, these are 2 incredible defensive teams, but this year they also bring historically good offenses.
They have players who have a lot of versatility on the offensive end of the floor, multiple players who can really fill it up. You see how proficient they are, not only scoring the basketball, with the efficiency that they play as well. UConn takes a higher volume of 3-point shots, but South Carolina also shoots very well from deep. Expect a high-scoring, fun game.
All right, time to check in with another one of our outstanding teammates. Here is Holly Rowe.
Well, both of these teams are driven this season by seniors who have been through a lot. I want to start with UConn's AZ Fudd. She has really been through a very challenging time and never given up. If you look back to her high school season where she was the #1 recruit in the country, a devastating knee injury in 2019 almost derailed her career before she ever got to UConn. I asked her, do you mind if we show these pictures? He said, no, I love it. I love my scars. My scars are what have made me who I am. She has fought back from that. #1 pick, gets to UConn and has another knee injury, 700 days in between NCAA tournament games. But AZ has stayed relentless and resilient, and now here she is, the most outstanding player from last year's championship, on a career-high season this year with threes and field goal percentage. She has an opportunity to go out with a really strong streak. The other senior that I want to showcase is Raven Johnson. A similar story, an ACL tear derailed her freshman year. You know about the infamous wave off from Caitlin Clark, but she got in the gym, and where she got in the gym is pretty interesting. Her high school buddy is one of the best players in the world. Anthony Edwards, so her trainer, Justin Rollins and Anthony Edwards in the gym working together, and that work has paid off. Dawn Staley told us the game will love you back if you put in the work, and Raven Johnson career high in points and assists this year. The work has paid off for both of these seniors. Now let's check in with Jess Sims.
Thank you so much, Holly. My name is Jess Sims, and you are looking at right here the first ever courtside at the Women's Final Four. Y'all, it's the new alt broadcast that we got for you this year. And I got some of my girls with me. We got Olympic rugby player Alona Mara. We got the stud buds who are, by the way, streaming. Natisha Heidemann, Courtney Williams. Y'all, vibe check. How are we feeling right now?
Man, we courtside. We off it. We feeling good.
Man, we feeling good.
Ready to watch some ball. Just ball, ball out.
Just all ball.
We're all ball here. Yeah.
We're all ball here. Do we have any early predictions, or are we just here for like a good game?
I'm here for a good game.
Man, I want them folks to compete. I want to see some good compete.
Okay, and what can we expect from y'all? Because y'all being so shy and so tame right now. You were just turning up 2 seconds ago, so what can we expect?
Oh, no, we finna do it up.
Yeah,
we finna do it up for sure.
All of us are.
All of us are.
Hey.
The stud buds and the
Fem buds.
We're still working.
We're going to workshop it.
Alona, this is your first time at the Final Four, and you're courtside.
I know, what a jump. I'm really excited. I feel on top of the world right here. What an experience. I know some basketball, but I'm excited to learn even more.
I'm so excited for you. And y'all have been here before plenty of times, but not in these seats. What does this mean to you?
Man, up front, center.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's only right, man. It's only right.
Well, you see four of us right here. We're right here in the corner, like literally courtside. We got a fifth member of the team, Katie Feeney. She's going to bring you all the environment, some interviews. I heard some food, which we're really, really excited about. But it's going to be unscripted, and it's going to be so much fun. So we will see you here. And Christine, we can't wait to see y'all. We're seeing you over here. Say hi to all the ladies over there.
Hello, ladies. You can catch Jess, Alona, and the Stud Buds on ESPN2 for courtside at the Women's Final Four, presented by AT&T for both games today. I feel like it's going to get a little bit unhinged, which we obviously get.
In the best way.
In the best way, of course, obviously. So we've mentioned the stars, ladies, of this matchup, but I want to talk a little bit about X factors when you look at both of these teams. What are you looking at today?
Yeah, we are in the day and age of the transfer portal, which can be extremely challenging, but can also be extremely rewarding. Let's start with UConn's Kaylee Heckel from USC, traveled cross-country to Stores. Her goal is to take the pressure off of AZ, and Sarah Williams from Wisconsin.
Handling this stage like it's nothing, like they've been here before.
I got it on that one. I think Blanca Quinones is so interesting, too, because just talking to her on Wednesday, she's so poised, and she doesn't carry herself like she's a freshman. When she walked in the room, I was like, is she my age? I'm a little confused. She just carries herself so well. And listening to her talk about the fact that she knew nothing about the Final Four before she got to UConn, and now that she's on this stage, she finally understands how huge this is for UConn. So I expect her to be very huge in that UConn matchup tonight. All right, coming up right here.